Good morning, students. Today our topic is Young's experiment. Okay, so Young's demonstration of interference. Okay, so yesterday only we discussed about the interference. Okay, once again I'm repeating about the interference. So interference is nothing but if we take the waves like this. So if two waves are same, then we get the high intensified wave. Okay, if two waves are in phase, I mean the properties of this wave and the properties of this wave, second wave and first waves are same, then we get the high intensified wave. Okay, this type of interference we call as the constructive interference. Okay, if two waves are different, so this wave is like this and this wave is different, so we get the low intensified wave. So the superimposition or the overlapping of waves is called as interference. So the amplitude, the resulted amplitude and the intensity of resultant of this wave is lower than individual waves. Okay, in case of destructive interference, so the interference, in case of destructive interference, the amplitude and intensity is very low compared to this first wave and second wave. Okay, if we take this constructive interference, this is a constructive interference. So we get the high intensified, high amplitude wave. So here the intensity of this is the resultant. So these are the two waves, first wave and second wave. So this one is the resultant wave. The amplitude and intensity of this wave is higher than this individual waves. Okay, so first and second waves. So this process, this phenomenon we call as the interference. Okay, once again I'm repeating. So interference is classified in two categories: constructive interference and next one is the destructive interference. Okay, so here today we will discuss about the Young's modulus. So Young's modulus, here what is the purpose, what is the use of the Young's demonstration of interference? Here the main use or the main application of the Young's modulus, it explains about the interference. It explains the interference. Okay, in 1801 Thomas Young demonstrated experimentally the phenomenon of interference of light. Okay, so here the Young's, the scientist Young's demonstrated or gave to prove practically to give the information about the interference. Okay, so first of all we should know the apparatus. What are the apparatus involved in this experiment? Okay, so here these Young's modulus apparatus contain. So here the Young's modulus apparatus contain mainly. So here observe this diagram. Yes, so this is operator. So operator setup of the Young's modulus. Okay, so here first we should know the S. Here what is S? So S is nothing but S is nothing but here when sunlight is imposed. So when sunlight is passed on this hole, so this is S, this S is nothing but hole. Okay, so this one is a hole, so first hole, and S1 S2 also some pinholes nothing but small holes. Okay, when sunlight is imposed on the hole, this hole, so this is a sunlight is imposed when the sunlight is imposed on the hole is automatically this pinhole, this hole spread out the spherical waves. Okay, pinhole is nothing but small hole. Okay, so when sunlight incident on this hole, automatically it gives the spherical waves. Okay, these are the spherical waves. So once again these spherical waves, so these spherical waves once again incident on the two small holes S1 and S2. Okay, so this S1 and S2. So here we know that first we should know the this line, this spherical line behave like as a wave front. This spherical line behave like as a wave front. So here we should know the what is meant by wave front. Okay, so here we should know the what is meant by wave front and wavelet. So these are two important terms involved in this experiment. So wave front. So here wave front is nothing but, this is a definition of the wave front. Okay, so wave front is nothing but, so wave front we can show with the line or plane on which the vibrations of every point on it are in phase and are at the same distance from the source of the wave. Okay, actually this is the source, sunlight. So sunlight is passing through, so incident on this S, it vibrate the spherical waves. Okay, similarly, so this line also behave like as a source. The points, all points in the this wavefront behave like as a source, or all points or all vibrations are in phase. Okay, so this wavefront, the points on the this wavefront have same properties or in phase, so that this wavefront behave like as a, so this behave like as a source. ఓకే, ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఇప్పుడు ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఒక వాటర్ తీసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి. వాటర్ తీసుకొని ఇక్కడ ఒక రాయి వేసినప్పుడు దీని చుట్టూ ఇట్లా వైబ్రేషన్ వచ్చేస్తాయి అన్నట్టు, అలలు వచ్చేస్తాయి. సో ఈ అలల్నే మనం ఏమంటామంటే వేవ్లెట్ అంటాం. సో దిస్ టర్మ్ వి కాల్ ఎస్ అ వేవ్లెట్. ఓకే, సో దిస్ సర్ఫేస్, సమ్ సర్ఫేస్ behave like as a wave front. So this wave front similarly it behave like as a source. So here we should know the what is meant by source also. Source is nothing but to produce the light, to produce the energy, that is called as a source. So, okay, so source of light. So sun is the source of light. Sun produce the light, so that sun is the source of light. So similarly this wavefront also behave like is a source. I mean, so from this wavefront also number of waves are producing. Okay, so number of waves are producing. So similarly, so this dotted spherical line, this spherical line behave like is a wavefront. Okay, we should know the meaning of wavefront. Once again repeating, wavefront is nothing but we can represent with the line or plane. So the vibrations are same, the vibrations points on it are in phase. Okay, so and this one behave like as a source. Okay, so this wavefront also produces waves, so wavelets. Okay, so here this is the meaning of a wavefront. Okay, here what happens in Young's modulus, we should know the what is the procedure of this Young's modulus. So when sunlight imposed on the S pinhole, small hole, automatically it vibrates the spherical waves. Okay, spherical waves. And similarly this spherical, this is behave like as a wavefront, so that so these waves are imposed, the wavefront and waves are imposed on these small holes S1 and S2. So this S1 and S2 also spreads spherical waves. Okay, so according to Huygens principle, that each point on the wavefront is a center of secondary wavelets. Okay, so we should remember this principle. According to Huygens principle, the each point on the wavefront is a center of secondary wavelets. So these are the first primary wavelets, so these are the secondary wavelet. Wavelet nothing but alani manamu English lo wavelet antam. So these are the primary wavelets and these are the secondary wavelets. So according to Huygens principle, each point on the wavefront is a center of secondary wavelets. Okay, we should remember this principle also. So here the radius of these wavefronts increase as they move away from the S1 and S2. Okay, so here if we take this wavelets, so if we take this one, so the radius of this one is small, the radius is big, and if you move like this, so the radius of these wavelets are increases. Okay, so this is the meaning of this point. So as they move from S1 S2, they okay, so and the next one, so this continuous wavefronts, this continuous circles represents crust. Okay, so this continuous circles represents crust, and this dotted circles represents trough. Okay, this dotted circles represents trough. We know that in wave, so the wave contain crust and troughs. Okay, crust and troughs. So here once again this continuous circle represents crust, and this dotted circles represents trough. Okay, so here we should remember one point here. When the crust from the source 1 and the crust from the source 2, I mean pinhole 2, that is S2, incident or coincident, automatically we get the high intensified wave. Okay, so from S1 this is a crust. Okay, so from S2 this is a crust. So when two crust are incident or superimpose, so then we get the high intensified crust or high intensified light, high intensified crust. So this is called as we call as the constructive interference. Okay, once again I am repeating same point. From S1 we can get crust and troughs. So if from S1, so this is a crust from S1 and this is a crust from S2. When the crust from S1 and S2 superimpose or add, or the crust from S1, the crust from S2 incident coincident, automatically we get the high intensified light. Okay, so this type of interference we call as the constructive interference. Okay, if similarly we take S1 and S2, so S1 S2 nothing but pinholes. The trough, so or the trough from this dotted line represents trough, and so this continuous line represents a crust. The trough from S1 and the crust from S2 coincident each other. Okay, superimpose each other, we can get the low intensified light. So this type of interference we call as a destructive interference. Okay, so already we know that if two waves are in same or two waves are in phase, then we get the high intensified, the resultant wave amplitude and intensity is very high. If two waves are different, out of phase, the resultant wave amplitude and intensity or frequency is very low. We know that information. So similarly, Young's also demonstrate that point only when two waves, two crust or two troughs are impose each other. Okay, then we get the resultant amplitude of that crust is very high. If two from S1 this is a, from S1 this one is a trough, from S1 this is a trough and this one is the crust. Okay, if this trough and crust are superimposed to each other, we get the low intensified light. So this is we call as the destructive interference. Okay, so destructive interference. So this information given by Young's modulus. Okay, so here we can conclude that interference is nothing but, from this topic what we learn from this topic, we learn about the wavefront, and next one is the wavelet, wavefront and wavelet. So wavefront is nothing but, so is from wavefront we can show that with the line and the plane, so the vibrations of the every point are in phase. Okay, and so this is behave like as a source according to Huygens principle. The each point, the wavefront is a center of secondary wavelets. Okay, and next one is a wavelet. So wavelet is nothing but just a spreading of light or spreading of water, we call as a wavelet. Okay, and we can conclude that interference are classified into two categories. Okay, constructive interference and destructive interference. Okay, so overall, finally we conclude that Young's mainly explain about the interference. So practically prove the information about the interference. Okay, so next class we will learn about the coherence, spatial coherence and temporal coherence. Okay, thank you.